Hey everyone, what is going on? So we are going up against Speedy today, link in the description down below for his YouTube channel as always. And let me tell you, I got wrecked by Noctowl. Noctowl is definitely a really good pick for this cup, believe it or not. So let's go ahead and take a look at his team. He has Venusaur, Wishcash, Altaria, Alolan, Sandslash, Noctowl, and Excadrill. And I have Gastrodon, Poliwrath, Venusaur, Altaria, Alolan, Marowak, and Frostlass. So let's take a look at my team and compare it to Noctowl. Well, first of all, Gastrodon is not going to really be doing anything to Noctowl, right? Because Noctowl is a flying type, so that those Mud Slaps are going to be resistant. So is Earth Power. Body Slam, I guess, is okay, but it's still not going to be doing a lot of damage. Sky Attacks will just be coming off and hitting Gastrodon. You do have Ice Punch on Poliwrath, but unlike Altaria, it's not double weak to Ice Punch. So, and you're also going to be weak to the Flying Fast move, as well as the Flying Charge move. So Poliwrath is going to lose to Noctowl. Venusaur obviously loses to Noctowl. Altaria is pretty good against Noctowl, I guess. I mean, it has Dragon Breath and it has also Sky Attack, so it'll be doing well, I guess. Alolan Marowak cannot touch Noctowl because it has Bone Club and Shadow Ball, neither of which can do anything to Noctowl. And Frostlass is a nice type, so I guess that will be doing good damage. So if you have a nice Pokemon, I would prefer probably Alolan Sandslash to be doing damage to Noctowl, but you'll still be taking a lot of damage from Frostlass if you have it, because it's just going to take a lot of damage from those moves, right? So yeah, I had a lot of trouble with Noctowl in these battles, believe it or not. It was just so difficult to handle, and it was really becoming frustrating. Not really frustrating, I mean, it's just practice, it's just a game, but yeah, you really have to watch out for Noctowl. Now, you could either go in with Altaria or Noctowl, or as Speedy is doing, you can go in with both. So both of them on a team really good. He actually absolutely destroys me in that game. But we're going to jump into the next game. I'll start commentating it. I do lead with my Poliwrath. As you can see, he has that Noctowl. So we do have the Ice Punch, and we do get to it fast. But his, I believe that's Wing Attack, isn't it? It's Wing Attack, right? As a fast move on Noctowl. Doing a good amount of damage. We get the Ice Punch. That's like a 3-hit KO. That's not doing much. So I'm going to pull the switch into Frostlass. He switches into Excadrill. Now, honestly, I didn't really even know what Excadrill wanted to do. I know it's a squishy Pokemon, and Shadow Ball's going to one-shot it. I'm not worried about Excadrill. I was worried about that Noctowl, even from the beginning. Venusaur comes in. Totally fine with me. We'll just go for the Avalanche. Threaten it. I'm expecting a shield at this point, and he will go ahead and opt to use that shield. Totally fine. He's going to go ahead and get off his charge move. I decided to shield it so I can get to another Avalanche and either take his last shield or take him out, whichever one I was okay with. So let's see what happens. He will shield that. Totally fine. He is going to actually switch into Noctowl and just knock me out. So I have a Alolan Marowak, which doesn't do anything to Noctowl, and I have a Poliwrath, which is actually going to be weak to Noctowl from those flying moves. So I go ahead and block this. Actually, Psychic. I was expecting Sky Attack, but it was a Psychic. So we're going to go for the Ice Punch. I was hoping he let it go. Actually, he has no shield, so he had to let it go through. So at least looks like we're going to be able to beat this Noctowl this time. We were able to take it out with Marowak just because of how weak he was, and then we go for the Bone Club. Should finish off the Venusaur, so we're actually able to win that one. I'm lucky because I had two things that were really weak to Noctowl, but he didn't have any shields. So luckily for us, we are able to pick up that win. But the battles start to get a little bit worse than that. So let's go ahead and see. So I lead with Gastrodon, he leads with Noctowl. Obviously not favorable for me. You can see that those Mud Slaps are resistant. I'm just going to go ahead and pull the switch into my Frostlass. I do shield this because Frostlass is still taking good damage from whether it be Psychic or Sky Attack, both of them. I probably like Alolan Sandslash to counter Noctowl. Bronzong can also counter it, but you do have to watch out just in case one has Nightshade. I will be battling a Noctowl that does have Nightshade in, I believe, tomorrow's video, so you definitely want to watch out for that, or you want to watch that video. Yeah, Noctowl just gave me a lot of problems. I just was not ready for it. I knew it was good. I've used it before, But I just was not prepared. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Earth Power against his Wish Cache. Not knocking it out. One more Mud Slap should do the job as it does. So he does bring in Venusaur. Not good for me. I switch into my Marowak. But here is the problem. My Bone Clubs and Shadow Balls are not going to be doing anything because he is part normal. So Shadow Ball won't do anything, and neither will Bone Clubs. I just go ahead and throw up the shield. You can see how much my Shadow Ball does not do. Now, if I was really running a spicy team, I could maybe go with that Fire Blast on Alolan Marowak, but I don't think so. I don't know how many people are going to run Noctowl. Probably a lot. But I don't know. You definitely... I mean, there's other counters. I just don't have my Alolan Sandslash on this team. Yeah, I mean... You know, we're getting it down, I guess. We're chipping it down, but I'm not able to take it out. He is able to take me out with that Sky Attack. Our Marowak falls. I bring Gastrodon. He brings in his Venusaur and immediately goes for Frenzy Plant. Of course, that's going to be a GG. So good games. Good games. Yeah, I did really well against him in my Wigglytuff video. He's getting his revenge on me in his Noctowl video. So anyway, I'm leading with my Altaria. He leads with Excadrill. Now, honestly, I didn't even think this was a good matchup because I don't know what moves Excadrill has. Does it have Rock Slide? I don't even know. I probably should know, but I don't. So, yeah, and of course he brings his Noctowl all the time, right? So, he actually shields that Ice Punch, and at this point, I prefer that. I just want to take shields at this point. Yeah, it's not even a 3-hit KO. That's crazy. Noctowl is just so incredibly bulky, you know, so... yeah, that's one thing Poliwrath, as I've mentioned in a previous video, is not good against, is really that Noctowl, because you're going to have to use shields. I mean, you could win depending on the shields, I guess, if you're up a shield, but, you know, it's really not good. It's not a good situation to be in. Getting off another one, trying to get to another one, but he actually switches. We do go for the Dynamic Punch, and this is definitely going to one-shot that Excadrill as it does. Maybe he was expecting a nice punch, that's why he didn't shield. He comes in with his Noctowl. I'm not really worried about Noctowl this time because I do have my Altaria trying to farm him down. Wasn't able to do so before a charge move comes out. Gonna be that Sky Attack. That's fine, we could take it, and then we knock him out. He is up a shield. He does have that Alolan Sandslash, which is 100% not okay with me. I refuse to allow it. No, I'm just kidding. He does have that Sandslash. I am going to go ahead and switch into my Frostlass, which is not good because he's actually packing Gyro Ball on his Sandslash. So yeah, that's not good for me, right? You know, I have Bulldoze on my Alolan Sandslash. I think Bulldoze is the way to go in this cup, but he's proven me wrong, and he's actually able to knock me out with that Sandslash, and then obviously an Ice Punch is going to knock my Altaria out. So fantastic game, but he is able to steal that game. Yeah, we're not having much luck in this cup or in this game, in these battles. Definitely have to adjust my team and see what I want to use. But yeah, Noctowl, really strong Pokemon. So as you can see, we lead Gastrodon. I do pull the switch into my Frostlass. He pulls the switch into his Wish Cache. We do have that Shadow Ball. I decided to go for the Avalanche. Honestly, I wasn't sure how much Avalanche did to Wish Cache. I wanted to see, and he actually shields it. Maybe he thought it was a Shadow Ball. I do like Frostlass. It's squishy, but it does a lot of damage with Avalanche and especially with Shadow Ball, so it's a good Pokemon. I won my Mirror Cup, Twilight Cup with Frostlass, so I do like the Pokemon. Actually, it does a lot of damage, so holy cow, that did a lot of damage. So he's going to go ahead and hit me with another Mud Bomb. He will knock me out, but at least we took a shield. I bring in Venusaur, trying to farm him down. We do successfully do so I'll definitely take it. Bringing in Noctowl. I tried to get out of there, but even if I did switch, it doesn't really matter because, you know, we know what what's my Gastrodon going to do? So we go for the Sludge Bomb just because we're going to be able to get there before he gets to a Sky Attack. Unfortunately, he blocks it. You know, I could have switched, but yeah, I guess I could have went for Body Slams. I don't know. I just decided to stay in, and I actually pull a blind switch into my Gastrodon into a Venusaur, so that was a terrible play. But I really didn't see a way out. I was hoping to Sludge Bomb Noctowl if he didn't switch it out, but even if I was able to do so, wouldn't have really changed the game, I don't think. I do go ahead and it wouldn't have knocked out Noctowl, so I do go ahead and Sludge Bomb him. He is going to go ahead and Sludge Bomb me right back. and that will definitely knock out my Venusaur, and then I bring in nothing because I'm done. I didn't realize my Gastrodon fainted. So good game, Speedy. We're going to jump into another one. I don't mind losing because especially, I mean, this is just practice. We have to learn what works. We have to learn how to lose to Noctowl. So I definitely catch him on the lead. I do have that Mawak. He has a Sand Slash. He pulls the switch into Excadrill. And I'm okay with this. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Bone Club right now. See how much that does. And it actually catches a shield. I wasn't planning on switching, just checking to see what else I have in the back. I do go for another Bone Club because I was afraid he might be able to maybe get to a charge move or faint me down. We both actually go down at the same time, but I took both of his shields, so definitely positive for me. We're waiting until he brings something in. He brings in Noctowl, I bring in my Frostlass. So this is the matchup you want to be in. You want your Ice type to be in against that Noctowl, and that Avalanche still didn't take out Noctowl. Guys, you know how bulky Noctowl is. That is crazy. So we're just going to go ahead and go for the Shadow Ball. I think this is one of the few games I win. You know, I don't lose every game, but I went to look to see what I had in the back. I'm like, no, Altaria is staying just where it is. We do have shields. We're going to be able to Gyro Ball it. And I still have another shield. I'm going to... Well, he does get to another charge move. I'm expecting this to be Ice Punch, but I decided not to chance it, so I do go ahead and shield it. And then we're going to go ahead and go for the Ice, the Avalanche, which will knock him out. And I know I have an Altaria in the back, which is not going to lose to this very weak Noctowl, so especially after it used its energy. So we do bring in Altaria, and we actually do go ahead and win this one. So good game. Good game. He was just bringing Noctowl every time. Maybe he wanted to test it for a video. Very understandable. As I said, for tomorrow's video, I believe it's tomorrow's video, I do use Noctowl because I wanted to test it out more so for myself. So we definitely have the lead in this situation again. I charged up a little bit extra just to see if he was going to try and pull the switch and catch the Avalanche. He does not, so we do get the Avalanche off. I am going to go ahead and follow suit with a shield. I want to keep my Frostlass healthy. Maybe we can get to another Avalanche before he switches. No, he actually pulls the switch into Venusaur, and I go for the Shadow Ball. I should have went for the Avalanche, but I go for the Shadow Ball, but he shields it anyway, so whatever. I know it's obviously more energy for a Shadow Ball, but that's totally fine. I'm going to go ahead and shield this because I figure I could get to an Avalanche as we do. So I do go ahead and get to it, and I do go correctly for the Avalanche this time. The Avalanche will hit him and knock out that Venusaur. That's totally cool. He brings in Altaria. He knocks me out. I don't know what he has in the back. He must have a Noctowl. Unfortunately, look what I have, guys. So we bring in Gastrodon. I was just thinking, please don't have Noctowl, please don't have Noctowl. So I bring in my Gastrodon. He hits me with a Dragon Pulse, and he switches into... No! So I switch into my Alolan Mawak. I have no idea why I did that switch. Maybe I could have at least tried for the body slams. It wouldn't have been enough. He would have taken me out before I took him out. Let's see what happens. I go ahead and just go for these Bone Clubs. It does 0 damage. No, it does like 3 or 4 damage. It literally does nothing. So obviously switching into that Mawak was not a good play, but what am I going to do with Gastrodon, right? So we're going to bring in Gastrodon. It's very weak. There's nothing we could do. So he's actually going to win. We were in a really good position until we had two things. Definitely a bad team composition, guys. No doubt about it. That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Not everybody, I don't think, is going to run a Noctowl, but if you go up against a Noctowl, definitely be careful, because this thing is hard to deal with. I'm adding that Alolan Sandslash back onto my team. I can imagine it not being difficult to deal with if you have the correct counters. But let's see. So I lead with my Altaria, he leads with his Wishcash. So let's see. Hopefully he doesn't get a Blizzard off against me. So we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and go for that Sky Attack immediately. And Sky Attack will get the Excellent. That's nice. He will shield that. And I decide to shield this. I don't want to take any chances. It is going to be a Mud Bomb, so correctly baiting me. That's fine. I didn't want to take a chance, though, and he is going to go ahead and go for another charge move. I did not want to take a Blizzard. This time it is a Blizzard, so now I knew I could farm him down. But he actually pulls the switch into his Noctowl, and at least I'll be able to get some damage off against this Noctowl because Altaria can handle it. So we're going to go ahead and go for Sky Attacks. We're going to get another Sky Attack off. Totally fine, totally fine. Not getting Excellence, but again, it's not a big deal. So now his Noctowl is very weak, so that's good for us. We are out of shields. But it's okay. He's going to go ahead and go for that Psychic, and we're going to be able to feint down that Noctowl. So we got that threat out of the way. He brings in Wishcash, able to not feint him down. However, I did not think this was enough for Blizzard. Is it? No, it's not. I was pretty sure it wasn't enough for Blizzard. So we do have a Sky Attack ready to go and a Dragon Pulse. I actually go for the Dragon Pulse without seeing what comes in. Obviously, Sky Attack would have been better, but he shields it, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to go ahead and switch into my Frostlass, and I figure a Frenzy Plant probably wouldn't take me out, but he goes for a Sludge Bomb. That's definitely not taking me out. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Avalanche, and this Avalanche will take out the Venusaur. So, hey, we won one. So that's good. At least we won one, or another one. We won a few of them. So we're going to go ahead and win that, and we're going to jump into another game. All these games were super fun. Thank you so much for the game, Speedy. I super appreciate it. So it's his Alolan Sandslash versus my Frostlass. I do go ahead and pull the switch into Marowak, hoping to get some damage off. Probably not the greatest switch because, of course, he's got that Noctowl in the back. So I shouldn't have switched. I should have stayed in the fight, or I shouldn't have switched into an Alolan Marowak because I know my Alolan Marowak cannot do anything to this Noctowl, but that's okay. That's okay. We got it more than halfway down, didn't we? So I guess it's doing something. Not much, but it's something. Fire Spins are doing okay, I guess. But either way, we're not going to go ahead and save this Marowak. We're just going to let it go down. Totally fine with me. We have Altaria and Frostlass. Yeah, I shouldn't have switched out the Frostlass into that Marowak. I basically gave it my Marowak, although we did take quite a bit of health from him, so that's good. So we do go ahead and shield this Sky Attack up, and we're just trying to feint this Noctowl down. We are successfully able to do so, but he still has 2 shields. I go for the Avalanche. I'm like, oh no, it's that Sandslash. Hopefully he shields. He does shield, so that's good for us, and he will go for his charge move. Now, I know he has Drivable. I risk it. It's an Ice Punch. I correctly call the bait, and we're going to go ahead and go for that Shadow Ball. Does he want to use his last shield? He does. So that's good for us because we could shield whatever he throws at us if we want, and we should be able to get to that Shadow Ball now. So we do go ahead and shield that. It is a bait, but we can get to the Shadow Ball, and this is going to knock out the Alolan Sandslash for sure. As you can see, goodbye Alolan Sandslash. He brings in Altaria. I switch into my Altaria, and I am going to go ahead and go for the Sky Attack. Now, I think I made a mistake here. I think I should have went for that Dragon Pulse, because he is going to be able to get to a Dragon Pulse and knock me out. I didn't think I'd be able to get to one, but I should have risked it, because now I could bring in my Frostlass, and he's going to feint me. So I actually lose that game, even though I thought I was going to win it. So I should have went for the Dragon Pulse, realizing if I got to it, that would have been my only win condition. It could have been a CMP tie. I thought he was going to be up energy. I could have won it. Or maybe he would have went for the Sky Attack. I don't know, but that was my only out. Anyway, I am going for the Dynamic Punch to see how much it does. It does a little bit more, I believe, than Ice Punch. So I did go for the Dynamic Punch. I do go ahead and shield this one up. It is going to be a Sky Attack. Obviously, we cannot take that. So we do charge up energy and go for the Ice Punch, trying to catch a shield, expecting to catch a shield as well. And we do. So we do go ahead and get 1 shield. He does get a Sky Attack. I do decide to commit my last shield. And I am going to try. I do go for the Ice Punch. Yeah, I think I should have went up for that Dynamic Punch. But he does shield it. So it ended up working out for us. Anyway, he is going to go ahead and go for a charge move. Going to knock out my Noctowl, and Poliwrath goes down. Totally fine. We can bring in this Altaria. Both of us have no shields left. And he is going to go ahead and be able to get off his charge moves. It is going to be a Sky Attack, but Altaria can take it. And I'm hoping to farm him down. Come on, we can do it. Yes, we can. He must have just gotten to that Sky Attack. He brings in Sandslash. I'm charging up energy. I don't want to bring in my Venusaur because I have 2 Pokemon weak to that Sandslash. So what are we doing? We're just trying to get as much damage as possible off against this Sandslash. And, the damage is adding up for sure, but we go down, unfortunately. And now I bring in my Venusaur. Unfortunately, that's okay. So he does go ahead and get off that Ice Punch. Wow, that does a lot of damage. He has back-to-back Ice Punches, of course. I know I was going to lose that one. Unfortunate but it's okay. It wasn't the Noctowl that time, though, so we'll take it. We'll take it. So we're going to jump into one more game after this. Let's see what happens in this game. I do lead with my Alolan Marowak. He leads with his Venusaur. So this is definitely positive. He switches into Noctowl. You guys know I got to switch. I tried switching, didn't go through the first time. That's fine. We're going to switch into my Frostlass. I will shield this one up because it will do a lot. It is a Psychic. And then we're just going to charge up to Avalanche. Charging up to Shadow Ball and then going for the Avalanche. So we have a little bit of extra energy to play with. We do get off that Avalanche, but it will be met with a shield. He does go for a charge move. I will shield this because I want to try and knock out his Noctowl or take his last shield. I'm assuming he will use his shield, but let's see if he does. Maybe he won't. Maybe he won't. So we do go for the Avalanche. He does use his last shield as expected, and he actually switches. I was really surprised. He could have knocked out my Frostlass, so this allows me to go for the Shadow Ball. Maybe he was trying to catch the Avalanche, but we do go for the Shadow Ball and then switch into Frostlass, and we could take these attacks, right? We could take this Ice Punch for sure, so we do go ahead and take that Ice Punch. And now we're going to go ahead and hit this Venusaur with a Shadow Ball. And it's going to do a lot of damage, as you can see, over halves, and then he's going to be weak to Fire Spins. We actually get to a Bone Club, so we're going to go ahead and go for that Bone Club. This game was looking not that great, but now it's looking fantastic because he has a weak Noctowl. We could definitely handle this Noctowl. It will be able to knock out my Alolan Marowak, but that's totally cool. Totally cool. Because we have a fully healed up Altaria ready to go. So we're going to bring that out, and he will hit me with a Sky Attack. That's fine. We just Dragon Breath him down. And that will be it for this one, guys. See you in the next video. Have a good day. Bye. Thank you so much for checking out my latest video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter. If you like this video, check out one of my other videos that you'll probably enjoy.